As soon as this completes.
I think we are live.
Looks good, yeah.
But hey, how does this sound?
I'm not sure if the stream is picking up all of the views though, or if it's just my view.
Are you on gallery view?
I don't see it.
So on Zoom, you always have speaker view or gallery view. Pro tip, always do gallery view, because if you are recording or live streaming, that's what people are going to see. And so if you do speaker view, then like you don't see anyone else's interactions. You just see the person that is speaking.
Got it. I think it should be good now. All right, so we've got that, and we're gonna also start the recording. And that appears to be going. Okay, so welcome everyone to the IPFS All Hands call for July 16th, 2018. We've got a small agenda today, but it looks like we can't kick it off because Matt appears to be busy with another call. David, if you would like to take that over, you can go ahead with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you all for coming. I'm sure everyone as their inbox is pretty full with all the follow-ups from last week. The developer meetings were a great success. Thank you all to the ones that had a chance to be present. Thank you to everyone that contributed through GitHub or remotely through ARC. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot of stuff done. Just to give you an idea for, like, especially for the people that didn't get to be there last week, we had like around 65 people gathered in one location, very unusual for this distributed project. But we gather everyone in one location, and for 5 days, 3 days for IPFS, 2 days for peer-to-peer, we had many sessions from deep dives where people were had to face like got challenged with an open problem, something that we are still thinking through on IPFS land, something that we know we want to do, but we don't clearly have the path. And so people would gather in groups from 2 to 4 and like really think through that problem, and I come up with some solutions. Other things, also a very popular session was the poster session, where people would get a topic and work in pairs or trios and really dive deep into that topic, learn a lot about the topic. And the topic here is something about the IPFS solving peer-to-peer stack, something that you might be very familiar or might not be familiar at all. And by diving deep and learning about it, you start knowing where the information about that specific part of the stack exists. And then you would, like, people created a poster to present that information to other people, making like a material that is very easy to consume, that can be reused later for our documentation for newcomers, etc., etc. We are still in the process of basically, and you can see right now, some people are already like submitting pull requests with notes from last week's discussions, but there is so much stuff. Like there was probably over like 50 different sessions, more than like 40 to 45 things discussed overall, 200 lightning talks or so. Like there was lightning talks, like people will have demos till Christmas if they want to watch like one each day. And yeah, we will publish all the recordings. They are now being edited. Some might come out as early as next week or even end of this week, probably next week. We are publishing the notes. Some people are converting some of the discussions into actual specs. Props to everyone that already started at work. It's very exciting. And yeah, another thing that got announced during this event, or was already announced before, but like we just gave it a little bit more emphasis, is that we are going to have another event for the IPFS community this year, the IPFS Conf. November, it's going to happen in November. We'll announce the exact days later this month, but it's going to be November in Lisbon. So just make sure to organize your travel schedule if you want to be in IPFS Conf. Plan to be around Europe or close to Europe or in Lisbon in November. And yeah, we will have like just a markdown document that outlines everything that happened, from all of the poster sessions to the hack time to the work package units to like what were the session formats, to the deep dives, to the lightning talks, so that people can like find it very quickly through this index. Hopefully we will have that next week for you all. And as talks get published, as the videos get released, we'll update it with the links to the videos. And yeah, like it was, again, super exciting, super like energizing, because everyone was so engaged with the problems that we had there and with the discussions. I love the ability to like just context switch every 10 minutes and just get bombarded with questions and more ideas, and like very quickly jump into a new realm of IPFS, and always have like super productive discussions. So thank you, everyone. If people have like more comments that they would like to add here, like as part of the update, please be my guest. Go for it. Anything like particular that I didn't mention here that you would like the entire world to know right now? Okay, I can say one more thing. Given that we had poster sessions, eventually we'll announce the best poster award. We still don't know what is the prize, but very important, even more important than the best poster award, because we tend to have a lot of bike sheds. We are going to have a best bike shed award as well. And we already have a strong contestant. We actually, we think there was like a discussion at one. People that are laughing, they know which discussion it was. There will be, we just have to find a place where they can like make a tiny bike shed that like you can click a button and switch the color. And that should be like the trophy to give to the best bike shed award. Okay, that's what I have.
All right. Nothing more to add to that other than the event was fantastic. So with all that out of the way, let's move on to base 32 migration with Lidl.
It's just very, very quick plug. The plug is that there's a dedicated meta issue for migrating to base 32 with all the background. And if you are working on base 32 and got an issue or enhancements related to that, please refer this meta issue. So we have a very nice list of ongoing work below that. And that's all. That's just a quick PSA.
I love the logo. We should have a logo for all of our endeavors.
Ping Agatha.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we've got no comments, no questions on that one. Johnny?
I guess there's a segue now. Okay, go ahead, Johnny.
How just what's the plan for submitting that? Because I guess the impetus is really URL identifiers that are case insensitive, and so this really has to do with submission for IETF, so to get IPFS://. So I followed the logic at the meeting, but I was just wondering more of the rationale and that path to the why we need base 32, and actually what's that trajectory for standards.
So basically, the idea is that first we need to move to base 32 so that people have the same like default hash everywhere. We need to use base 32 in the authority part of URLs to have a proper security perimeter. And when we have that working, we can start creating integrations that are required. Like we need to demonstrate it's actually used somewhere. And we will have like probably the first integration will be a native protocol handler in Firefox Nightly. And when we have that, we have a clear demonstration that this protocol is alive. There's actual need for that. And then we can like start this formal path within the standardization bodies to do that. But first, like generally, most of them require actual, not only proof of concept, but like approval from third-party organization or one of mainstream browsers to adopt the new protocol and convention before they even start like talking about starting standardization process. So that's a quick overview.
All right, so it looks like the only thing we have left is a very exciting demo from Alan.
Oh, well, that was quick. Okay, so a demo. I was just hacking over the weekend, so this is not complete in any way, but this is just something that I was doing to kind of push it forward a little bit. I guess the thing about base 32 is that there's going to be a lot of work kind of making it the default, but it would be rad if you could use IPFS and add stuff to IPFS that would, and just be able to get a base 32 CID back. You can always specify CID version and then convert it yourself, but that's a bit of a pain. So all this does is basically, I've kind of hacked JS IPFS to, if you give it a flag like CID base, then the base of the CID that you get back when it's printed to screen or stringified is going to be whatever you pass to it. So I should probably just stop talking and show you my screen. Oh, cool, there's an ice cream van outside. This is just, because this doesn't work properly, we've got, I'm just passing to IPFS add my GIF folder in my Dropbox, which has loads of cool GIFs in it. And I've added this new flag called CID base, and I'm setting it to base 32. So I can set this to whatever base is like supported by multi-base. Yeah, it could be like base 2 or base 16, whatever. But this will allow us to output base 32 CIDs. At the moment, I have to specify not to pin it because it blows up if I do. I have to specify no raw leaves because it blows up if I do. And also recursive is a thing that you have to add to get it to add everything in a folder. So hopefully if I just hit this, then it should chug away and add all of my GIFs to my IPFS. And I should get some Baffy CIDs back. And so if I copy one of those, I should be able to go over to the CID inspector, paste it in and see that this was actually encoded as a base 32 CID. That's right. And that's kind of it. I should also say that where are we over here? I should also be able to do I should also be able to do node source CI bin cat with that CID, and so this will try and print some GIF data to my terminal. But yeah, that works too, I think. If that looks like a GIF to you, then that's all good. So that's about it for me. If anyone has any questions, like I said, this is super hacky and super early, but it will allow us to use or add base 32 CID or get back base 32 encoded CIDs from an IPFS add and actually use them in the browser as our origin without the browser complaining about that. So that's it.
That was super fast.
It's step one of many steps, but you can do it and get it back. So that's nice.
Did you try to transfer it?
Did I try what?
Transfer it between multiple nodes?
Between nodes? Yeah, no, not yet. I have no. I have done very little testing. I just got it working, and I was very excited. So I thought I would show it off to everybody and see what kind of criticism I get for it. Like if you got so I made up a command, a flag called CID base. If you feel that name is wrong in any way, or feel that it should be done in a different way or something like that, then I would like to hear about it. There is an issue on GitHub in JS IPFS for becoming CID v1 and base 32 by default. So I guess no more bike sheds, everybody. But your comments will be gratefully received there. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, so let me just double check the agenda, make sure no one snuck anything in here. Looks like we're good. If anyone has any questions or comments, now would be the time to voice them. Going once, going twice. All right, looks like everything's good. So that was a successful meeting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little sick, so I'm out of it. So we're going to end this harsh like that and say that I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Oh,
Uh,
go ahead,
for
sneak it
those-
in.
Hey, Kumavis here. So for those that were unable to attend the get together, where, if anywhere, can I find some notes or videos from everyone gathering?
So, hi, Kumavis. We walked through that in the beginning of the call, but I can give you a summary. Essentially, we have the repos developer meetings, both in IPFS and peer-to-peer. People are already like submitting pull requests and like putting links to notes. Some of those notes are being converted to specs. And also we want to have a markdown document that outlines all of the things that were discussed, all the sessions, and that like also points to the recordings of the lightning talks, the sessions, etc., the poster presentations and so on. If there is, like, I believe like you probably have a set of topics that you're especially interested. If you want to go to the IPFS developer meetings or the peer-to-peer development meetings and open an issue with the ones that you are especially interested, then we can just point you directly to those so that you don't have to wait for the full polished list to come out.
Cool. Beautiful. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Okay, for real this time. I think we're ending it. Bye, everybody.